Now we're going down to the south of Spain in a very small area called Jumilla, which is near the province of Murcia, inland from Valencia. And it's the middle one of these three purple areas that you can see marked on the map. It's the home of Monastrell, which is a big, rich red wine grape that's also known, particularly in France, as Mourvedre. And as you can see here, although this is a shot from fairly early in the growing season, it's quite a big grape and it grows in very large bunches. The region of Murcia is another very dry, hot, arid part of Spain, and it's one of the more obscure areas to get wine out of. It's also quite remote. Alicante on the coast is probably the nearest commercial centre, and it's about an hour and a half away. But it's one of the grapes and the wines that I've been fortunate enough to come across in my time spent in Spain each year, and it's been a mainstay of our Spanish portfolio now since around 2015. The two other main exports from the area, as you can see here in this shot, are marble from stone quarries in the region, and also olive oil, because it's home to lots of olives, particularly old olive trees. These ones here that you're seeing in this shot are over 500 years old. Now we're looking at a Monastrell vine, and just like the Ganesha we saw earlier, they are bush vines, and they're also planted at quite high altitude. They can be up to sort of 800 meters above sea level in this region. Soils are also quite rocky, or a lot of clay as in the previous shot, and you can see that there aren't a lot of vines per hectare. The planting is quite wide and diverse, and one of the challenges is actually to get new vines established when a vine dies, because as you can see there's no supplementary irrigation, and so as a result, if you want a vine to grow, you either have to graft it onto the older rootstock, or you have to plant it and hand water it for quite a long period of time until it's got an established root structure enough to be able to sustain and support itself. And so, like some of the other areas, it's pretty challenging to both manage and produce from as a result. The wine itself is quite, as I said before, big and rich, but not overpowering, and it's often balanced quite nicely with a bit of Syrah, which gives a little more spice to it. It's also a wine that will age quite well, particularly if it has spent a little bit of time in oak. That brings us to the end of the segment on this southern Spanish wine region and its main grape. And if you want to buy Monastrell or any of our wines, go to our website, redbridgeonline.co.nz.